Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Heavy Storms and since this is an episode hosted by me, it's one where we all picked a crappy show and hoped we got something good.
We all did.
Yeah, we all did. But for some reason yours got picked again. I think out of all the episodes where there's actual anime series involved, probably there was 3, and at least 2 of those were Jonathan's picks.
They were all mine except the another episode.
Yeah, so I call bullshit and shenanigans. I wanted Higurashi.
You wanted Higurashi, I wanted Boogie Pop Phantom, and those were 2 decent series.
Yes.
They are?
Yes,
Well,
Shut up, Meta.
I haven't seen Higurashi, but I haven't heard great things.
It's
just don't watch the dub.
I mean, at least not from the anime.
Just don't watch the dub of Higurashi.
Yes,
just don't.
This is going to be a fun episode. Anyways, today we have myself, Jonathan. I'm the guy everyone on the site probably secretly hates.
No.
No.
And we also have Joe, David, and Stephanie, all from our seasonal review squad.
Woohoo!
Hello there.
I wonder if anyone secretly hates me.
Nah,
That'd be
you're
great.
too boring to hate.
Oh, everyone secretly hates someone.
It's true.
If only...
There are people
facts
who
right.
secretly hate me. In high school, I had this girl, and I didn't know this until somebody told me. Apparently, every time I talked, they're like, "I'm gonna kill that guy. I'm gonna kill that guy."
What the hell did you ever do to them?
That means she likes you.
I don't know.
It's like, hey Arnold. It means she secretly likes you.
Oh, you've got a Helga. You got a Helga.
Oh, it's your son.
Oh man.
Tsundere.
No, she contacted me on Facebook years later just to tell me she was married while I was single, and it's just like, I think she wanted to show that she had a better life than me. She's like, what the hell did I do to you?
It's like, I did nothing. Anyway,
Or did
all of the derailing.
Yes.
Anyways, we sat down and watched Princess Resurrection, an adaptation of a very fantastic manga and none of us liked the anime.
No.
I mean, that's like your opinion, man.
I didn't even finish it. I normally finish all this. We had 2 months to prep for this, and Jesus, we did not spend it well.
I marathoned it basically in the past couple weeks whenever I was on the bus or during my lunch hour at work. That's how I watched it.
I watched it one at a time because it is hard to watch more than one episode at a time of this. It is that kind of mediocre that is just... It's so difficult to watch.
I at least had the glory that is the dub. Which we'll talk about in a bit.
It started promising for me, especially that ending credit sequence, which I want to go on about, but
yeah, we'll get to that too.
But then I started reading the manga because I was interested to see what the manga was like, and that pretty much killed all my joy I had with the anime, because I could have had so much better. You have no idea.
I skimmed through it a lot.
Imagine.
I just skipped it. I just skipped through that episode.
Like, this anime kind of
towards the
considers itself a harem series for some reason, and the manga is not like that at all. It's just baffling.
Yeah, and one of the ending things, which we'll get to, is really extra baffling.
Well, anyways, this time, instead of talking about our past bad anime experiences, I figured since it's all seasonal stuff, we just talk about this current season going on right now and our thoughts of the year in general. Just sort of unscripted thoughts out there.
You're funny. I barely started the fall season.
Yeah,
One
you
Punch
really
Man
need to
is all
catch
that
up.
matters.
And
I don't know. Mr. Osumatsu, I think that's what it's called, is pretty
that shit's great,
incredible.
So
Yeah,
the
that's
only
great.
things I've watched from the fall season so far are Sakurano's Investigation and the new season of Garo. That's it.
Oh god, the new season
I've watched
sucks.
plenty. It wasn't painful like last season. I'm watching a lot of continuations of other shows, so I'm watching Noragami, Fafner.
Yeah.
I have a long list of things that I need to
Noragami.
touch.
I'm gonna...
Like
Noragami
both new
season 2 is great.
and second seasons.
I'm definitely gonna watch Noragami, but I also started the new season of Testament of New Sister Devil.
Oh right,
I'm
because you
sorry.
love that one.
Oh, I don't love it.
very
I
sorry.
just kind of like it. It's like it's very
do?
close to being good, but it keeps doing stupid shit, but in an entertaining way. Like
Isn't that the one where the girl pees on the floor?
Yes. No, she doesn't pee on the floor.
I watched
No.
one episode.
She doesn't pee on the floor. She does something else on the floor.
Oh, you.
Wait, no, wait.
Okay.
Are you thinking of
She came 7 times.
Shoot. Are you thinking of?
Actual
Okay,
I
oh,
did
full
not
show.
need to know that.
All right.
I actually watched one episode like that, and I was like, I'm never watching this again.
Now I'm having flashbacks to
Hold
last
on.
season where
Hold
I
on,
had the one with where the love interest, like her love juices flow every time she sees the main character Shimonetta, and then we have My Wife
yeah,
is the
Shimonetta.
student council president, where one of the harem girls acts like a little girl so much that she occasionally wets her pants. What the hell last season?
I just
What the
want to
hell?
say that this year
good
has been
stuff.
pretty shit.
It's
Well,
been
there
pretty
have been
shit.
some gems each season.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's
like,
right.
compared to 2013, this is terrible. Compared to 2014, it's somehow still bad compared to that year, and that was no spring chicken.
It's not a great year.
I mean, when the
All
winter
of
is
my
one of the
great-
stronger seasons, you know you have a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because in the winter there was like Assassination Classroom, Death Parade. Death Parade was
Maria,
probably
Maria
my
the
favorite from
Virgin
that season.
That's right.
Witch.
From Maria, the Virgin Witch, there was
Blood
Yurikuma
Blockade.
Arashi, obviously, Yatterman Knight. There was a lot of interesting
Blockade.
stuff. And
After
we've had a lot of...
And then like after that there was probably at least one, maybe two from each season that were good.
Yeah, kind of. I basically had my top 5 cemented before the fall even started, and I knew One Punch Man would probably work its way on there, and boy, God, did it. That is the most
That is on my list
beautifully-
of things to
Love
watch.
it.
That is the most beautifully animated show I have ever seen. It's just gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I have a long ass list of things to watch, including like any of the leftover broadcast stubs, because I'm still working through Ultimate Otaku Teacher, Arzan, and Gangsta's broadcast stubs.
Oh God,
Still working through those.
Gangsta really disappointed me.
Same.
The most
Oh, I mean, I only
disappointing
watched
part
2
about
episodes.
Gangsta, though, is the fact that it's probably never going to get a second season, considering how it ended.
And also
And
No,
considering
no,
how
it's
the
coming
company
in the
that made
second
it.
season.
Yeah.
because the studio.
But what makes me sad about this
producing it is
season?
now no longer a studio.
No news on motherfucking Loop on the 3rd. That makes me so mad.
It's airing, isn't it?
It's airing, but like
Oh,
for
no
me, 'cause
streaming.
I'm the one who's supposed to be covering it. I don't know where it's streaming. I haven't found any fan subs of it.
They're a fan. I mean, I at least saw some fan subs of the Italian release when those came out.
Exactly. I don't read or speak Italian.
No, they were subbed. They were subbed in English.
Oh, they
But no, I actually watched like the first like 4 episodes subbed, and it's really good.
Oh yeah, is anyone
Right.
watching Aria AA?
no.
No.
Really?
No,
We were just talking about Lupin and how I might not be able to actually cover it.
Aria's
really good though.
that AA show is actually pretty good, and like you don't have to
I don't
see
know
the
about
original
Aria.
series to get it. It's also really gay, and I appreciate that.
Just watch Area.
I wanna
Of
watch
course
the-
you would.
But it's also
I want to
like
watch the other Aria.
Yeah, Aria, the one with the boats. Sounds
Yes.
good.
Nice boats.
Yeah, it's
I'm
boats.
trying to think of.
Nice.
I had to
Bars.
drop a lot of shows I was planning on watching. Comet Lucifer, that was just
I might
disappointing.
drop that.
Yeah, it's
The first
basically
episode's like, hey, this could get good, but it hasn't gotten good yet.
it's.
Oh, and that's one of mine.
I stopped after 1 episode. It's not bad, but it's like Eureka 7, but really phoned in.
Yeah, it's like, hey, have
Oh,
you
really?
seen every single like fantasy sci-fi coming of age story ever? Well, here you go again.
Don't worry, it's not painful bad. It's just, you can kind of watch it and forget it.
The only one that I'm dreading watching every week is Lancet Masks.
I am amazed how many
It's-
bad shows you picked out. I even had to take one from you just because I didn't want to be convicted of a war crime.
It wasn't last season. I mean, a lot of the shows I was watching I was okay with. Like, you took Asterix War, and it's just like, oddly enough, it's okay. Yes,
Yeah.
the first 5 minutes are terrible, and it copies the 5 minutes of another show. Like, there are
copies
2 shows.
It copies the first 4 episodes of like every light novel magical school
yeah.
show ever made.
But specifically this season, there are 2 shows where the guy goes into the room of a pink-haired woman and
yeah.
sees her undressing. And then, shit happens.
That's not sketchy at all.
The only like really bad light novel show I'm watching is the Anti-Magic School one, which like has horrible animation, but I kind of like how it's not.
Oh, I have
exactly
Show Me
the
a
same.
sample. I'm not looking forward to that.
I kind of like it.
What, the Anti-Magic one?
Yeah, it's not that bad, and Silverlink has good
that's what I was
fighting
saying.
animation. I mean,
Not the Anti-Magic School one. That one looks horrible.
Oh,
The one that
looks really good is
know?
I mean, it's
you wanna know
generic,
what
but it's kind of generic in the way where it knows it's generic just enough that it's able to do something unexpected. And I'm pretty sure it's going to become the next Magical Warfare, and I have to sit around for that.
You want to know what I'm getting?
It like
I'm
gets
excited
really, it
for?
apparently gets really dark and fucked up later, so I'm excited. I want the pain.
This is the suffering.
You want to know what
watching
I'm
it
really
run.
excited for to watch
What?
this season? Because by the time this comes out, the other podcast I do, that new episode will be out.
Showman sample.
No! Fuck that one! I'm not looking forward to that one at all. I'm talking about Diabolic Lovers, man. More Diabolic Lovers, because why the fuck not?
Oh, you should also see Dancing with Devils, because it's like Diabolic Lovers, but good, and also a musical.
I've been told I should watch. Yeah, I think
It's
you told me
literally a
that I
musical.
should.
I'm not making this up.
I think you're the one who told me this.
Is it
that I should watch
genuinely good, or?
It's genuinely good. It's pretty okay.
Like, I might, but right now my list is huge.
Actually has an interesting story and not nearly as rapey.
Go!
I have to
Well, that's
clarify that
okay.
because it's shoujo about vampires and a mystical demonic plot to summon the devil or something, so it's probably going to get a little rapey.
Just a bit.
Anime.
Anime.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Shoujo for women.
Don't
by
get me started
women.
on Heavy Object. And
Well,
that fucking
no,
boob seatbelt.
don't categorize all rapey shit into shoujo.
Oh no, I'm not. But
Everything
I'm
is
just
like that
saying.
in
Have you?
shoujo. I
Have
was
you,
like, don't do that.
have you ever looked at a lot of shoujo manga out there? Like all the
I don't read a lot of manga, period. So my answer is no.
shit gets rapey fast, and
It
it's
can.
perplexing. I will never
Rapey
understand.
right.
It's actually like a lot of American like smut novels do the same thing. Now that I think about it.
You know your
50 Shades of
American
Grey.
smut novels.
No, I don't mean porn novels. I just mean like romance novels. I don't get it.
Twilight's pretty rapey.
Yeah,
Okay,
Twilight.
all I
That's
know
a.
is-
Oh, and 50 Shades of Grey. Those are the two big ones. They're
Yeah.
just the ones that got popular.
Oh, the Twilight craze has died down at this point.
Oh
Thank
no,
God.
she made a gender.
Oh,
bend
there's that
novel.
re-release with the gender bending.
Oh Jesus.
It's just, yeah.
I'd have to say, at least for now, my two favorite shows from this year would have to be Death Parade and Blood Blockade Battlefront. Even though I have not seen the final episode of Blood Blockade Battlefront, I'm waiting for the
Good.
broadcast dub at this point because I do not have time to watch both versions.
Last
Yurikuma.
episode
I have
was
too much shit to
fantastic
do.
clusterfuck.
For me, it would be Yuri Kuma Arashi, Maria the Virgin Witch,
Oh,
One
Maria's
Punch
good too,
Man,
yeah.
definitely One Punch Man. That one's probably going to stay on the list. I'm loving it. The second season of Gatchaman Crowds, that really surprised me. I'd want to say Prison School, but I think there was one other I put above it, but I don't remember what it was.
I would probably, for me, add the new season of Noragami when I finally start watching it. And
Oh,
maybe
it's so
Haikyuu
good.
as well.
Let's see. For me, Maria the Virgin Witch is one at this moment, and then Death Parade's probably up there.
Maria was a
second season of
surprise.
Fafner, and I'm trying to think. I'd have to look because I've watched a lot of crap this year, obviously.
We should also mention some of the shorts airing this season because there are some interesting ones like
I haven't touched any. I haven't
Kagiwani. It's a
Kagiwani, I'm like, I'm covering that one.
What is it?
That's
I've never heard of
mine.
it.
And then there-
It's supposed
watch
to be this like horror mystery kind of short thing.
Oh, that
from what I've
one.
heard.
I did
Yeah,
watch
I
Netflix.
haven't started it yet.
It's
Again, I've only watched one episode of Heavy Object, 3 episodes of Garo, and then 2 of Sakura No's Investigation. That's it.
I've watched
Haven't
about
touched anything else.
a smattering of everything. It's that I'm hard to think of. I mean, Heavy Object, one of the characters needs an intervention because their aversion to boobs is just too damn much.
oh,
Heavy
I,
Object, where the first 5 minutes are exposition, and then afterwards, nothing.
I was arguing
and then
with
I
someone
fell
on
asleep.
Twitter about the exposition
I feel like
and
I
that shit.
probably missed something in that first episode because I literally
bad.
fell asleep. I was probably either so tired from work or that the first
It
episode
was
was
also
that boring.
really boring.
I was like, I was about to say, it was either the episode was that boring or I was so tired from work that day. And I was just like, nope.
Yeah, Kagiwani, it's basically a kaiju-based horror series, and it has, like, no production value whatsoever, but the people making it really cared, and it's actually genuinely unsettling to me. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, it's filled with atmosphere, a lot of dark grains, interesting camera work, even though, like, the characters are made in very cheaply. It's kind of surprisingly good without obviously, like, no money is in this, no money at all. They, like, animated it in Flash or something.
You have
I
me
watched,
excited for it because I am the one covering that.
I watched one episode and like it's interesting and it's clear that they actually give a shit, but I just can't stand.
And the first
animation.
episode's not that good. The second gets much better.
I might try it, but yeah, I just like that kind of thing is
know.
important to me, and I can't stand the nothing animation it has. Not my kind of thing.
The only thing I have watched as far as shorts is that Crunchyroll fitness one. And it's five Moe idol
Yes,
girls trying to get into shape, and it is exactly the show you think it is.
Oh
I mean,
my
Did you get some exercise done?
I already do get exercise, but it's just.
Have you seen the
I can tell you
OVA?
they
Get in
adequately.
shape, Joe. You need to get in shape. Watch them girls.
Okay, raise your
Like
hand
One
if
Punch
you're a
Man.
fencing medalist. Anyone? I'm the one raising my
100
hand.
push-ups,
Thank
100
you.
sit-ups, 100.
Have you seen the OVA where you just watch an anime girl sleep for 30 minutes?
That's a thing.
Yes, and also there's another spin-off where you watch her work out and another where you watch her take a bath.
Oh my god.
Okay, moving
I've
on.
never heard
Add all
of
those
this.
to my anime.
This is like legendary.
Because
It's a
I'm
legend.
not you, and I don't look into
this
the
is
deep,
That's a
dark
fair
this is
point.
the
recesses
thing
of
even
the
normal
internet.
people have talked about. Because
I
they're
haven't
all
heard
just so
about this.
amazed it exists. It's like
Well,
sleep,
here's the
bathing
first
with
problem.
Hanako, I think it was called. Something like that.
Here's the first
Bathing
problem.
with-
Normalcy is highly overrated. So fuck being normal. Problem number one.
Nice.
And two, we should probably move on because we've been talking about this for a while.
Alright, put the music
I don't
break
know,
here. Clever segue. Only white people use segues.
And that is our music break, courtesy of Joe.
Borrowed from the Jurassic Park Super Nintendo elevator music.
So anyway, Princess
Okay.
Resurrection.
Yeah, you
Back
guys,
that ass up
you
with
guys
the
start the
resurrection.
conversation. I'm busy
Cartoons.
playing a dumb Adult Swim Rick and Morty game called Jerry's Game where you pop balloons. I'm not
Okay.
I'm trying to get to the next landmark so I can put it up to my mic and you can all hear Rick insult me.
Oh my god. Okay,
have
so
Rick
Princess Resurrection
I'm an adult.
is a thing that exists
It does
and that we
exist.
had to watch.
Yeah.
So
It's an adaptation of a manga, and it was made by Madhouse, which this is the rare Madhouse completeness.
I want
Yeah,
to say
'cause-
something real quick because the manga was actually was actually given the blessing of Universal Studios themselves. So
Really?
the manga could do anything they wanted with any movie they had in their catalog.
Oh, that up.
Oh yeah, you told me
Yeah,
about
there
this the
there
other
was an
day.
episode based on the Evil Dead. I mean, a chapter based on the Evil Dead, another based on Return of the Living Dead. Several recurring characters included the Fly, the Pharaoh from the Mummy movies.
Weird.
There was actually a chapter that involved the Back to the Future time machine.
What?
Yes, I'm
That's
not making
cool.
this up.
It
Yeah,
almost kind
Can
of makes
I-
me want to read it more.
Can I also say, I don't remember which movie it is, but Jonathan wouldn't notice because he didn't finish the show. I don't know if you watched, quote unquote, the 26th episode where Flandra goes nutty
Oh yeah, I've watched
and
it.
delinquent. You know that little red car she drove around in for half the time?
Okay, I'm.
The hell is that movie that does something similar with the kid riding like the red bicycle thing down the hallway?
Oh,
Oh,
you
The
mean The
Shining.
Shining?
The
Shining.
Oh, there
Yeah!
actually was a Shining chapter in the manga as well. They even had the picture with all the ghosts in it.
Yeah, I found that funny because this was after Jonathan mentioned that the manga took some things from Universal's catalog, and when I saw that episode, I was like, dude.
Oh, actually, I'm not sure you guys realize this. That episode at the hotel, that was based on that was a reference to The Thing.
Oh, I knew that one.
The episode with the
Also, yeah.
hotel.
Yeah, remember
It's the one
Oh,
with the
that
spider
one.
Nice
creature
one.
that
That
jumps
one.
into it.
Okay, it took a second for it to click in my head.
Actually, I think that's
Same
like the
basic
one
premise.
time the anime did something better than the manga did because, well, I mean, they did make everyone survive, which was stupid, but like what you actually see the monster do is way more fucked up in the anime. Just like crawling
Okay,
out
so we
people's mouths.
Before we go any further, we should probably explain what the series actually is about.
That's a good point.
Princess Resurrection basically is the story of this kid named Hero, where he moves to this new town because his older sister got this new job as a live-in maid for this very aristocratic lady named Hime. And while he was on his way to trying to find a sister, he dies rescuing this girl, whom we come to find out is actually Hime. But she has this supernatural power called the Flame of Life. And she can, when someone has died, she has the power to resurrect them for a small-ish period of time, which could be a few days. So she uses it on Hero and makes him into one of her servants. And then the majority of the series kind of devolves into, I don't know what it devolves into, like occasional
of the
plot
week.
points involving like battles between her Hime and her siblings
Yeah,
over the throne, and then weird comedic shit.
yeah. The anime doesn't really go
Yeah.
much into it because when it was made, there wasn't the manga hadn't really gone far into this yet. But as the
Right.
manga eventually goes on, it makes a big deal about this, and like there are just a few siblings left, and they're all trying to get the crown, and they're all amazing. Like one guy basically looks exactly like Virgil from Devil May Cry, and one of his blood warriors is basically just the Soul Edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as we know of in the anime, there's 4 siblings total that we get to meet. There's Hime, the youngest sister Sherwood, and then 2 brothers.
I believe it was.
Once-
Wait, that doesn't sound right. There's supposed to be 7.
Well, we only get to
well,
meet 4
yeah.
though.
Only
Yeah,
the anime.
there's
yeah.
Sherwood,
only meet 4 in the
Emil, and the crazy one. I forget his name.
The batshit crazy one who tries to frame Hime for all of his shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get decapitated?
Oh, well, he didn't get decapitated, but he got stabbed and then died because his android exploded with him.
Yeah, that
They can't
did
even really
happen.
show decapitation on TV anime, can they?
Yeah,
They'd
the
censor that
Yeah,
shit.
They would censor that.
yeah. This anime changes a lot from the manga. Like for example, the Flame of Life didn't exist at all in the manga until way later when they decided that was kind of a cool idea and did something way different with it. Instead, Hime just gives Hiro her blood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Hiro didn't save her when they first met. Yeah, he just got run over by a car randomly, and he was like, "Oh, hey, maybe he'll make a good blood warrior." So, bloop.
That
Oh.
it at least makes sense in the anime that because he's
yeah, it
selfless.
makes a lot more sense in the anime. Like it gives Hime a little bit more of a reason just to resurrect Hero, but
The thing is, in the manga, it makes Hiro's journey more interesting because he's not the well, basically he's a pussy in the anime, and a weird
Yeah, Hiro's a
pervert
fucking
at that. I don't get that. Like, but in the manga, he's just a normal guy, and eventually, when push comes to shove, instead of like getting kicked around by mummies, he actually grabs some axes and starts chopping up some fuckers when time comes to it.
Dude, that sounds cool.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah,
he's not
that-
the most
Didn't
powerful.
get into that.
He's far from the most powerful character in the series, but like, he eventually just gets competent and goes to town.
yeah, he's very self-aware that he's not the most capable of anything.
Yeah,
He's very self-aware of that, which is good for him. It helps, but he's still fucking pussy.
oh yeah,
Yeah, at least
yeah,
he did a
he
bit
is-
more
and
than
I'm-
get stabbed.
the anime really goes far in trying to make him as weak as possible. Even the introduction to Rirei, the vampire, he like in the manga, he gets taken over, but it's not quite as big as a deal, and Hime basically just goes to Rirei's place and puts a stake to her heart, threatening her for an antidote. While in the anime, he basically just gets pushed around, and even gets repelled by a cross and looks all pathetic, and it's just sad to watch.
Yeah.
Though I do
like the more you're talking about the manga, the more it sounds a lot better than this show.
Though I will give the anime some credit, because they added in some extra deaths that weren't in the manga, like him getting eaten alive by the plant monster, or being swatted away by the giant Black Lagoon creature, because he just drowned in the manga and just stayed out of that arc. But in the anime, it's just like he gets there, he tries to protect Hime, boop, he just gets flung away. That was great.
I have to bring something up when it comes to Hero, because out of the four of us, I'm the only one who actually watched the dub. So, going back to Diabolic Lovers, in the English dub of Diabolic Lovers, in the English dub of Princess Resurrection, Hero is voiced by Blake Shepherd. In the English dub of Diabolic Lovers, Blake Shepherd voices Leito. And if you know Diabolic Lovers, you know that Leito is the fedora fuck who is a sexual deviant.
This is amazing.
So, as someone who recently rewatched Diabolic Lovers in the dub, and then going into Princess Resurrection, hearing two different things from Blake Shepherd, it's like, holy mother of God, is this still seriously Blake Shepherd voicing this pussy little kid? Cause holy shit. No, and can I just say, the dub in general, holy mother of God.
Yeah, was it a Sentai dub?
Oh, it's a Sentai dub.
Then that explains
and
it.
It's directed and written by good old Stephen Foster.
Someone at Sentai also did a dub for Ari Hamatora, and I'm pissed off about that because I've heard some of it, and that is like one of my favorite shows, and my God, I fucking hate Sentai.
I don't know who directed it. I think it was Chris Ayres, but I believe Chris Patton was the one who wrote the script, and I believe people were mostly pissed about the script.
Oh yeah.
From what I heard. But
good old Sentai.
The dub of Princess Resurrection. I mean, as we all know, with Stephen Foster dubs, he'll throw random shit in there and random references. So one of the most well-known ones that I found, the episode where Sherwood drags Hero to the arcade. Okay. And he leaves for a little bit, comes back, and Sherwood appears. And Hero, he's like, have you been at the arcade this whole time? Sherwood's response, not exactly verbatim, but, yeah, you should see how good I am at Angry Birds now.
Who the hell plays Angry Birds in an arcade?
Yeah.
And then it's not just the script itself, too, it's the acting as well. Like, because in the second episode, when Hero's Flame of Life first runs out, and he's in that tree getting a balloon for that little girl, falls out of the tree dead. And the little girl, the most blunt, nonchalant, like, line read ever, it's like, oh wow, he's dead. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, he's dead.
Oh lord.
I paused the video because I was at work watching this, and I had to like try so hard not to laugh so much. I was like, what the hell?
Since you brought up Sherwood, I should mention that she's a much more minor character in the manga, and the anime tries to make her and Hero's sister into recurring jokes that don't work at all. At all.
I don't remember for sure what that is.
Yeah, like
is
Hero's sister in the manga, she just appears every once in a while completely oblivious to all the crazy shit happening around her, which is funny because they don't do it often. But like in the anime, there's even an anime original episode with that cat girl. God, I hated that episode.
The cat lily?
And she never
watched.
questions why the cat just turned into a little girl.
No.
I mean, the implication was she's stupid.
No, I mean, even like in the manga, it makes sense she doesn't pick up on this because she's not around when people are talking about this crap incredibly bluntly, or when like people turn their arms into wolf claws or something. She's just around some of the time where they're talking vaguely about stuff, and it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, here's another one of my favorite lines, also from the dub. it's probably one of those during one of those fights between Liza and Riri. You know you're a jackass.
Ugh.
I wrote that down too. I
and
was like, why?
We should probably put some context in there because
Liza-
Riley is the
Riri-
vampire, and Liza, the translation has it as Liza, but there's
I just say
a pretty
Lisa.
clear sign that says Riza in the anime.
Yeah,
And
in the English dub is Liza.
okay, but
I just call
she's
her
a
Lisa.
half vampire, or she's a half werewolf. Liza is a half werewolf, and Rayra is a full vampire, and they do not like each other, and they
Of
do
course.
the cliche thing where they fight, and it's like every episode is just like, oh, why haven't you put the dog on the chain? And then
Yep.
she's like, what did
And
you
then
say?
Liza gets pissy.
Here's the funny thing about that. In the manga, they're basically just gay. No, I'm serious. They like as the series goes on, they just the creator of the series just ships the living hell out of them. Even to the
Well, I had a it kind of makes sense for Riri because she kind of does come off a little bit
she is
slightly
bi.
lesbian.
She is completely
Yeah,
bi.
lesbian bi. Yeah,
I
she
thought she had
definitely
a
comes
thing for
off that way.
He-Man.
Liza's another story. Liza didn't come off like that in the anime.
No.
Yeah, they probably.
I thought she-
well,
yeah,
it
I
wasn't
thought
that
she had a
explicit yet
thing
at the
for
time, but like
Hero and the vampire.
Yeah.
Right.
And how they...
Ray Ray is great in the manga. I mean, at one point she just starts finding excuses to suck on people's bleeding fingers, just so as an excuse to get their blood, and no one ever catches on to what she's doing. And Hero's just like, "What the hell?" She is just shameless, and she gets like crazy eyes as the art improves, and like, which makes the anime annoying because they draw her too normal. I mean, she's just like
Well,
batshit.
this entire series is drawn too normal. Everything looks plain. The surroundings look like watercolors, which is like, yeah.
Oh, what
horror.
really bugs me is the
That's what I
backgrounds because it looks like they just got an intern who just learned Photoshop to make them.
Oh yeah. yeah.
And
There's, like,
Princess
no
Resurrection
movement
is like
in the
what,
animation.
mid 2000s, I think.
Yeah, it looks so ugly.
And I'm surprised it looks so bad for a show made at the time it was. I thought it was like 2003 or
And by
4 when I
Madhouse,
started
too.
watching it, and then I checked Wikipedia. I'm like, oh.
Like
Oh.
the action scenes are just
'Cause
like
this is-
still shots of characters.
Yeah,
like,
because Princess Resurrection's
punching, and then-
2007.
And they even censor a lot of the fights. Like, the original manga is really bloody and like really violent. At one point, Risa constantly gets stabbed and or like with something all in her body. She even gets her spine sliced apart. Well, at one point, it's just like a flesh wound to her because she is a werewolf and she's not gonna go down without a fight.
And she's a wuss. And one of the things about Risa is that is there any on model to her paws? Because her paws change size about 50 times during this season.
The
They're-
paws are so
Yeah,
weird.
that was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, and apparently they are very, very squishy, according to Hero.
Oh, that's one of the later episodes when
That's
they
one of the later
decide,
episodes. I wrote that down. Oh my god.
I'm really annoyed by just how pathetic she was in this anime. Because in the manga, at one point, she and like 2 other werewolf girls just decide to go off order, just go up to the house of one of the siblings who led her brother to her death, and just go fuck up his house and just run right in there and just fuck up everything. That is their entire
I
plan.
would have loved to have seen that.
It's great.
Yeah.
Because
And it's great because Ray Ray's along
I
with the
do like
ride, and
Liza,
she's
but-
trying to talk sense into them, and they don't give a shit. They're just like, yeah, let's go murder someone.
I would have loved to have seen that, because I will admit I do like Liza, though I am fully of the belief that probably one of the best characters is Flandra.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah,
little
no
robot.
question.
She's hilarious.
No question. Flandra and maybe Francesca,
Yeah, pretty
the
much
2 androids.
all of the
Yeah, the two
androids are amazing.
Ooga.
Who got?
Yeah. Oh, you even
And there
get
are some episode previews that are just Flandre trying to explain the plot, and it's just like, Hooga? Hooga! 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 Hooga!
Great.
That was,
I
like, the
love
only
the.
joke that
There's a
always
little
got me,
joke
right?
in the Black Lagoon episode where the Flandre is at the bottom of the lake. In the manga, they just ignore her until the end of the arc, but in the anime, they sometimes just keep cutting back to her at the bottom, sinking further in and just going, Fuga.
Yep, it's great.
She is like the one. The anime needed more of her and less of almost everything else.
Although it took me 25 episodes when they had the one where she went crazy to figure out that's a screw on top of her head.
What?
You never knew that?
Yeah,
It
she's
looked like it was like an outlet or something.
She's a Frankenstein's monster XP.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it makes
she even
sense
has, like,
considering
German writing.
Francesca has like the 2 on her head.
In her eyes, she has little German writing when she's scanning the Invisible Man in episode 2. Oh, and her creator
that was
is
a
Dr.
nice detail.
Frankenstein.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
he's in the manga as a recurring character, and even like gets all the siblings together to help him stop a kaiju attack.
Oh, nice.
Like Godzilla appears at one point, and they defeat Godzilla by Flandre stepping on his toes. I'm not kidding.
Nice.
It hurts so much because she weighs so many tons that he just runs right back into the ocean. Yeah,
And oh god, can I also say, the fucking pandas
they're
that work for Sherwood. Why?
That was so
they
weird.
were in the manga. They was just in the manga, the panda was actually a blood warrior, and it was just a random dead panda that they found one day. And it
Oh, in the anime, it's a panda that Francesca found at the zoo and decided to bring home with her because the panda was so lonely.
the panda followed her, and she decided to keep it around, and she never turns into a blood warrior, never.
Huh.
Which is
Interesting.
weird because in the manga, she just pours some of her blood on her when she gets the blood on him when she gets a chance, and then he comes by wandering while they're all under attack by spider bats, and he just goes fucking berserk and slaughters them like a wild animal because it's a wild fucking animal.
Weird.
Yeah, there's like none of that. None of the anime version of this character is in the manga at all. It's just a wild animal, and that's the joke.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we missed on some
Yeah.
cool shit from the manga.
From what it sounds like, based on what you're talking about with the manga and after seeing the anime looks to have taken more of a comedic approach
Not
than anything.
well, no. It's the manga's very much a comedy. It's a dark comedy, like at times pitch black, but sometimes it will deal with more difficult subject matter like death. Even mixes in some Lovecraft lore. There's even a spider girl who's like a Lovecraft monster who joins the team at one point.
Sure, but the anime decided to go more comedy than anything.
No, it decided to go more
Mm.
mainstream, traditional for the age comedy. Like, it's obvious they got this in a time slot that wasn't proper for the series, and they had to censor the crap out of it.
That would make a lot of sense.
Though I will,
And also the copyright issues.
I want to know something. At the end of no, actually, they didn't change much of anything to deal with copyright issues at all.
Oh.
Yeah, the Thing episode pretty much played out as it did in the manga, except more violent. The Pharaoh episode, the only difference in the manga is the Pharaoh didn't talk and Hero wasn't a pussy.
Whoa.
And Sherwood wasn't there because, the anime keeps
And I like how during the Pharaoh episode, Hero does not notice this giant thing wearing a hat and coat following it all
Yeah,
Oh
day.
my god.
Yeah, that was definitely not in the manga. Oh, and fun fact, the manga also had a chapter where they basically had to negotiate with the armies of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, who were who were on such a different time frame that they had to use Flandre holding signs and standing perfectly still, or else they would be moving too fast for the armies to actually see.
See, why was the manga not far enough along so we can get all of this wonderful stuff
Yeah,
in the anime series?
yeah, and like the manga, even like every single chapter of the manga, no matter how Monster of the Week or pointless it seems, ends up becoming vitally important to the plot later. Except maybe the one where werewolf assassins come in and Hime keeps shooting them until they're gone for good with silver bullets in the basement.
See,
Oh,
That's
oh god.
Wait, was
one
that
of
in
those
the anime?
parts I liked because
That was in
that's,
the anime.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
it actually is one of the things that actually meant something in the anime. It means they crossed a line with her, and she's going to
Yep.
hold them there and keep shooting them until they die.
Yep.
I liked it because it was actually something that was going on with the characters. I mean, character development does not come along until 20 episodes into this story.
Yeah,
it's pretty one note throughout most of the show.
Yeah,
to be honest.
about the most that happens in the anime I noticed is from the half I watched because I could not watch more. Hero basically becomes a bigger wuss, and I have Ray subtly becomes less of a dick to everyone.
And they eventually have a friendship with Risa they have to rescue Hero because, of course, Hero sucks. And they have to go through this village of minor vampires to get there. And they can smell werewolves, and the moment they smell werewolves, they'll be on her so fast. So what they do is, Rayri makes an agreement with Liza that she's going to make her become a vampire so they can get through this. And so they agree, and they kind of become better friends, although they still bicker. And it's
well, I mean, it doesn't help that in that situation they were handcuffed together to begin with.
Yeah, there's that too.
Oh yeah,
so,
I remember that part from the manga. I think it was a little different though, because Hero wasn't the one who was kidnapped. It was they were going there because I think one of Hime's sisters was there.
Yeah, it was Hero in this case.
Yeah,
Hero's always
it was
kidnapped.
actually since I brought her up, she ends up becoming the main antagonist of the series, despite appearing chained up as like this vampire's blood source in her first appearance, and she is fucking terrifying.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean like she's like Hime, where she always acts dignified, royal, and doesn't show her emotions, but she is a fucking insane sadist. She is amazing.
Well, shit.
More stuff
we missed out
didn't
on something.
get.
It's like, why we don't have nice things? I mean, I love Madhouse to pieces. They've produced some of my favorite series.
They produce a lot of crap. They produce
I think they
Parasite.
produce a good amount of...
They made Parasite.
I have not
A
finished
regular
that show
Magic
still.
High School.
They somehow made
Magical
Parasite
warfare.
worse, so...
I just... either way, I still love Madhouse to pieces. But... this show...
The production is so
It's
lazy.
not
Yeah, it's
terrible, but it's
obviously
not
one-
outstanding.
Yeah, it's obviously one they didn't really care much about. Like, I'm sure they were
Yeah.
working on something much better at the same time that they needed the production for.
Now I'm curious. I want to see what they were making at the time.
Would that be around when Hellsing Ultimate was still being made?
No, because Hellsing
Did-
Ultimate was bouncing around between 3 different studios. at the
Yeah.
time.
Oh, that's a good point.
So I don't even think it ever went to Madhouse at any point in time.
I kind of want to see the Tatsunoko OVAs now, because they were made...
Actually, I was waiting for a chance to bring that up because I actually watched 2 episodes of those.
Really?
There isn't a legal place to watch them, but I found a way.
Are they good?
And they're probably the adaptation. You know, it has a lot of blood. It's a lot more violent. It has good pacing. It has really good action animation. Like, pretty much the only problem I had with it is it had some kind of bad CG in it. But other than that, it was pretty great.
There was a lot of cheesecake scenes, right? A lot of fan service.
There were like some upskirts, but other than that,
Yeah, I've heard.
I didn't see that much
I've
fan
heard.
service.
I've heard stuff about the OVAs that kind of make me worried, because about the farthest the manga goes is just Ray constantly flashing her panties whenever she flies around. But it happens so often you
That
just
does
sort of
happen.
forget it's happening.
In the 2 episodes I watched, it had some upskirts. I don't remember any other fan service.
Oh, thank God.
But like the second one especially was like incredibly fun. It's like all on this train and there's this cannon and a giant robot.
I
and
remember
crazy
that
stuff
arc.
happens.
Yeah, that's the arc where
It's
you
really
find
cool.
out the Virgil guy as Blood Warrior is basically Soul Edge and is a sword he's carrying around all the time.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge improvement over the Madhouse one.
I would love to see the series get remade by a different studio that, gave a crap. And like,
Or at least like a different director.
yeah, and kept the... There's a lot of manga to produce to give it a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood treatment and just really get everything in there.
Mm-hmm. Give it an overhaul.
Oh, I'd just like to see someone just take the concept again and apply it with new movies and horror stuff, and just have fun with it. But
Like
this
the
is
Brendan
what we
Fraser
got.
mummy movies.
Okay, so I at least figured out a rough idea for Madhouse what they made in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Was Death Note in
something
there?
else?
Could have
one
been
second.
Death Note.
Death Note, one of the Death Note films. Yep, Death Note is in there. It looks
They
like
were
Helsing
ending-
Ultimate actually is in there for some reason. Nana is in there. Denocoil. Claymore is in there.
Would that have been at the
All
tail
their
end of
animated.
Monster?
Oh, Edo Rocket is in there. Devil May
All-
Cry. Shiguri Yuri. And then the rest are probably stuff that doesn't really matter. What were you saying about Monster?
Was Monster ending at that point?
It might have been. It started in 2005, I believe. It might have been ending
Yeah.
around that point.
Yeah, because
So that
that's where I got my latest job after college. Was wandering around for a little bit, and then I remember it ending like right around when I got my job in college, and that was like 2006, 2007.
So yeah, that explains it. All of Madhouse's good animators were working on Denocoil. That is.
I hear a lot of
beautiful
good
show.
things about Denocoil. I watched
Yeah.
the first episode. I didn't get it.
I heard a lot of
It's
things
a-
about Denocoil too, but I haven't seen it yet. But I will say, I mean, because Nana and Death Note are in here, I would say those are probably the two better ones of that year for Madhouse, personally.
Denocoil is a beautifully animated show.
I have not seen
Like, it was
that.
directed
I
by
need to watch
Mitsuo Iso.
Denocoil.
He's an amazing animator.
I need to watch a lot of stuff.
Oh, they also had
Still
Kaiji
haven't
that
even
same
seen
year,
JoJo.
2007.
Ooh.
Kaiji was also 2007 for Madhouse. So yeah, there was a lot of better things that they were working on at the time that they were
It
doing
was
because
just
of
probably
Resurrection.
like their D team.
Which is sad
Yeah,
because like
probably.
the source material is so good and they just And I'm annoyed because I had high hopes for this anime because when I started after the first episode I was interested, and then I saw the ending credits and it was basically an ode to fandom.
Yeah, really?
Oh come on! Did you actually see the translated lyrics?
I don't think
It's
I've
basically
ever
all
read
No,
project
I
going
didn't.
on and on about dominating Hero.
Oh, it's Ollie Project. Like, get down on your knees and lick my toenails, my red toenails, and call me master or something.
Nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
Salute.
sure, why
And
not?
it's one of those things where you watch either the ending or the opening, and the ending has a better idea of what the show should look like than the anime does. Because I look at that and they have, well, besides the random points like Liza getting down with her bad self, that was the part that amused me most
I
at
was
the ending.
wondering
But
why. I never really looked at the translated lyrics, but I was I was
Guess
watching
who's
the
back?
ending. I'm like, this is weird. Like, this ending is a little bit of oddball, and then because Liza's doing his weird dance, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that when I saw that ending credits and it was just so shameless, I was like, yes, I'm gonna like this show, and then I didn't, and I'm sad.
no,
It's like,
And-
duh.
yeah, nothing like that is in the show. And the ending of the show is episode 24. The other two are bonus episodes.
Right.
So at the end, they kind of play it off like a harem. Like some of them kind of like Hero, but Hero kind of comes off as neutral. And then at the end, he just decides he loves Jaime for no reason.
Yeah,
They're sitting in the
he
back
loves
after.
Hime.
That is stupid on so many levels.
Yeah, it is.
Then the manga is
Like-
not a harem at all. Like Riza and Ray Ray eventually just go off and do their own gay thing. And it's pretty much just Hime and Hero the whole way, and it's about developing their relationship, and it's not like a lover's
I know, there it
relationship,
goes.
it's more interesting than
I
that.
lost him again, didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit implied throughout that Hero does kind of have some sort of feelings for Hime. It just never really, like, comes full circle. It's like, well then, I really like this person. It was like, it was implied, but it was never really, like,
It just
full
happens,
force.
but it's implied with all of them.
Yeah.
Like, if the most it would get is probably Liza because they spend the most time together.
Right.
Yeah, the manga just makes their relationship interesting because it starts very superficial, but as it goes on, they keep getting in more dangerous situations. Trust forms between them, and Hero starts realizing how much he actually cares for Hime, to the point that he even willing to get trapped when he's trapped in this nightmarish little dimension caused by two different separating timelines. Long story, he actually survives the entire time so he can get strong enough to kill this Pyramid Head XB, get out, help another Hime, and completely resolve the timeline issue just because he wants to save her. It is so badass.
Damn.
Yeah,
He actually
And
does
Hero
things.
in the anime is not any of that.
yeah.
He gets stabbed.
Yeah.
He gets beat up.
Like in the anime, I think the first time we really notice that he starts like developing some sort of feelings for him is when he and Hime are trapped in that village with that grocery bagged serial killer.
Oh, he comes back in
didn't
the
hear that
manga, and
part.
it turns out he was actually a projection made by a mind-controlling alien monster.
Wow,
Oh,
that
he
makes
comes
sense.
back
Nice.
in the anime as some hallucination in a dream world.
Yeah.
So Freddy Krueger?
The last episode is kind of a semi-recap episode. It has a new plot, but a lot of what has shown up before shows up in this episode.
Right.
Like it's connecting the next season that never comes. And it never should have come in the first place.
Yeah, this
Thank
you.
entire
Yeah.
series needs a complete reboot.
And can I just say that any and all of the scenes where where Hero's sister is enjoying all those wonderful parfaits, and this really fun and the really weird running gag of the owner of the shop that she frequents is like in love with her and just starts talking to himself about like, oh, I will take care of you. It's like, what the hell is going on? The sister is so oblivious to everything. Everything. She's oblivious to everything going on in this world.
And she's not developed well.
No.
She has whatever hobby she has that kind of relates to the plot. Like she'll love baseball in an episode where Hime needs to get the idea to use a baseball bat as a weapon, and then in the extra episode where Flandre goes crazy, it's just like, oh, I want to watch this. We have to watch this anime with Flandre. I hope she gets back soon. And none of this ever comes up before.
Yeah. Suwawa, I think is her name, right?
Yep.
Suwawa is so oblivious to everything going on, but she also just perfectly accepts whatever's going on. Like, I'm pretty sure she's seen Liza with her wonderful wolf arms. I'm sure she's seen Rayuri fly or do something vampire at some point. Suwawa just doesn't give a shit. She's just like, oh, there are guests here. I must serve tea. That's all she cares about.
And then they're like,
Maybe.
oh, they're gone.
Oh, they're gone. I wonder what happens.
Maybe she's actually smarter than all of them, and she just ignores it.
If she is, the anime does not show it.
No.
At all.
Touche.
The anime doesn't show much of anything. It's a lot of one-note things. And it's a monster of the week for the first half, and then eventually they put in sleeper agents where it's like the Naked Gun, and it's just like they're perfectly nice people outside of everything, but they put like a slave chain around them or something, and when it's triggered, it's like, I must kill the Jaime. I must kill the Jaime.
Jaime? What the fuck is a Jaime?
Jaime, I'm sorry.
Also, can I just
Pronouncing
say
it
that for Hime being called Princess Hime, when Hime in Japanese
Yeah, that's
Princess.
is princess, that's like, okay, sure. I mean,
I understand why.
I know it's for the sake of her hiding her real name.
She
But-
hates her real name.
She hates her real name. But still, you could have picked something better than just Princess Hime. So it's Princess.
Okay, so let's just do final thoughts and get this disaster over with.
Yeah, let's do that. I like
Oh
this
wait,
plan.
before we do that, what was with Sherwood using her feet to give her flame? Yeah, that.
Cause
Somebody on the staff has
fuck
a foot
off.
fetish.
Okay, now let's get
Cause
let's
fuck
get on
off.
to it now,
That's a good explanation.
Cause why not?
motherfucker.
So, are we good with the random issues we had with the show? Final thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'll start. Our start. Okay. Yeah, it's very middle of the road, very mediocre, very plain. It's not bad enough that it's so bad it's like you got to check this out, and it's not good enough to where it might have some redeeming qualities. It is one note for the first half, and it doesn't develop much, and then what is in the second half is too little, too late. 5 out of 10.
Do you want to go next, Meta?
Sure. So there's stuff about it I almost like the characters. I almost like the whole monsters thing it has going on, but the production is just so lazy, and it just cares so little that it's impossible to like really get into it. And I ended up, it was painful to get through because it's just so slow and boring. So I'd give it like a 4 out of 10.
Okay. For me, I would say I'm kind of in the similar lines of both of you guys, really. I think it's average at best. It's not so bad that it's like, oh my god, don't ever watch this, but it's not outstanding at the same time. I mean, the animation quality is rather poor, the character development and the story doesn't really go anywhere. And then, like Joe said, in the second half, like, it's added things in there. It was a little too late to really do that. But at least the fun thing for me is the dub is glorious because Stephen Foster exists, and he made a rather really stupid dub to go with it, and it got a few chuckles out of me. So I'm probably gonna go with a 5 out of 10 as well. Your final thoughts, Jonathan?
This is the worst adaptation of anything I have ever seen. Just fucking bad. Like, but it's not like offensively bad or anything. It's just so very, very bland, which is weird because the source material is so fucking ridiculous. 4 out of 10. I do not recommend this. Just go watch the Tatsunoko OVAs. Or read the manga. Just go read the manga.
So
2 4s, 2 5s.
And my prediction was right.
So average then out of 40, it's percentage
16?
what? Yeah.
Below
I said
average
4.
at 18.
So yeah, not the best thing that Madhouse has produced. Madhouse has obviously done better. But
You
still,
know, like Magical
I
Warfare.
think. Oh yeah, they made that too, didn't they?
yes,
Yeah.
they did.
I mean, even that was better animated.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
And
a
had good
lie, and
music,
you know
too.
it.
Yeah,
I still apparently have to watch Magical Warfare.
Yes, you
but
do.
anyway.
I'm sorry.
You all need to
Yeah.
watch it.
Oh, Jonathan keeps telling me I have to watch it. I don't
Don't-
want to, but he's
don't
telling
listen
me
to
that I
it.
have
It's a
to.
trap!
It's yeah, considering, you know, Vivid Red Operation is a thing that I was stuck watching
Your
for
favorite
no
show.
reason.
Your favorite show.
Shut up! It's not my favorite show.
No.
I mean, even that had better animation than that.
Even that had better animation. But
Yeah,
I don't think that was Madhouse though. Yes. What is
I'm
that?
sorry, I'm watching an ad on my phone so I can get more free things on the game or something.
We'll finish the freaking
Yeah,
episode,
you
host
were gonna finish
person.
it
What
fast.
the hell?
Host
It's like-
person.
Oh wait, I
finish
have the perfect
episode.
way to finish this episode. 1 second here.
Uh-oh.
This better be hilarious. I don't feel as relevant.
We had to go back to this.
Ooga?
Okay, we're done.
I
Ooga.
don't see what that had to do with anything.
Ooga. Ooga.
Ooga?
Ooga.
Happy Halloween, everyone. Don't eat any apples with razor blades. Or for another fun tip, don't eat cotton candy because it's secretly a tool of the devil. I don't know what it does, but, you know, the devil's bad, so stay away from it.
Okay.
Ooga.
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 Good night, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Bye-bye.
Spooky.
George W. Bush doesn't care about black people.
What?
That's
Thank you, Kanye.
Okay, no more. Ooga.
Alright.
Something wrong with that.
And
Oh god damn it, Jonathan! That makes what, 3?
We're keeping that though. That was a great little derail.
The pains of recording podcast episodes when Jonathan is around. He drops all the time.
That's great.
Comcast. I have Windstream, which manages to work.
We need a system now. Whenever he drops, one of us has to pretend to be dark.
Well, yes, I am biased against all of you, and I pick all of my picks, and you have to deal with
I'm
it
back.
to torture you.
Oh my god!
Welcome
That
to
was
the hell of
the best
recording with me.
That's great.
Hi.
Okay.
And this is the night when Joe gets fired.
He didn't hear anything.
Okay, good.
We did this, to be fair, where every time we drop, we have to have somebody imitate you, and I just decided to
Yeah, we
imitate
should do that
you.
for now.
Oh,
And it's
this
one
is
of
gonna be a
those,
fun
he's
episode
standing
to
behind
listen
me,
to.
isn't he? Rant.
Yes, it was one of those moments.
I
That's
mean it all
great.
in good fun. Believe me.
Oh my god, did he drop again?
So he missed that entire explanation. Oh, come on.
Well,
Yeah.
everyone
You
else.
can do it.
Well, everyone else liked this show, but I read some stuff about it on TV Trope. So all I'm saying is it didn't seem that good to me.
You forgot the part where he loves the manga, though.
I'm back.
Oh, the manga's.
Hi.
Yeah.
We aren't making fun of you at all.
Your timing is great, Jonathan. It really is.
So
Anyway, keep